Hey guys, welcome to my tutorials. If you watched my last video, then I showed you exactly how we can start to initiate the creation of a table and then how we can input data in, such as a text, for example row 1 dog cat line, and then how we can also in another row start to input some images. Now in today's tutorial I'm going to be showing you how to start to style it a little bit. For example, instead of just having table data, why don't we make them table headers? Or why don't we start, or maybe we want to have like a big header or a title at the top of it, and within that we want to have subheadings and then the text and images below that. So let's start with that. First of all, we're going to change the table data to table headers. Now when you're making a table header, we want to change the table data tags to table header tags. So this is going to be TH instead of TD. So I'm going to go ahead and change them all. And as you can see, I've now changed all the table data from my first row into table headers in my first row. What this should do is it should automatically put all the text into the center and also make it a bit bold, because by making it bold, I mean, it kind of signifies that it's more important than just a simple paragraph. So save this and let's open it up. And as you can see here, it says row 1, dog, cat and lion, which are all now bold and in the center, as opposed to regular font and in the left hand corner. So that's the first thing we've done. Now the second thing we've done is, let's say we want to have a main header of the table that we're using. For example, we just call these are my favorite animals, or these are the coolest animals kind of thing. What we're going to do for this is we need to first of all make another row. And the reason for this is, well, if we were to put the main table header onto this row, then it would kind of squash everything together, and we don't want that. We need to make its own special row at the top, which is going to say my favorite animals. So above the initial row, which is row 1, we're going to have another table. We're going to have another table row, and within this we're going to have our table data, and the data is going to be called my favorite animals. Yeah. And then we're going to close off the table row. Okay, and let's go ahead and save this and let's open it. So we've got over here my favorite animals. But now we want to spread this whole text across the entirety of the top. So how do we do that? Well, within our table row, well, let's first of all make these into let's make these table headers first of all. It's not table data because this is a header. Within our table header, we're going to call upon something called colspan. So C-O-L-S-P-A-N. Now this obviously stands for column spanning, which means it's going to span the entire width of however many columns that we want to span it across. So the tag is TH for the table header, and then we're going to say space colspan, which is an attribute, and that's going to be equal to some integer value. So if we say 1 or if we say 2, what you'll see is that my favorite animal, the text box, will be spread across 2 boxes or 2 cells wide. So save this and open it, and as you can see here, it's spread across 2 full cells, so row 1 and dog. This is where my favorite animals has appeared. But if we want to spread it across all the cells, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in fact, so 1, 2, 3, 4 different cells that we want to spread it across, then we want to say colspan is going to be equal to 4. And now save this, open up our hello.html, and voila, as you can see, my favorite animals is first of all in the center, because we've made it the header. It's also in bold, and now it spreads the entire width of the actual page, or of the actual table data. Now that's all for this tutorial. If you have any other questions, I hope you've enjoyed it. If you do have any other questions, then leave a message down below. Otherwise, thank you very much for watching. This is Carl from carlsapty.com.